Hey, how are you? Welcome. Thanks for joining me. I have a cute little spring project I want to show you. So come hang out with me for a little while and we will get right into it. Let me see if I can get it together here. So tell me how you're doing. How was your weekend? I hope it was great. It's Monday once again. And things are a little crazy out here. One of the dogs is out there squeaking a squeaky toy, so hopefully you don't hear it. And if you do, then say hey to the dogs. All right, we're ready. Now, this is the goose, and I have a cute little vintage frame for it. This is the transfer we're going to use. It is called Woodland Wonder, and I made this frame to go with this because I saw another creator do a similar project, and I thought, oh my gosh, I have to do that immediately. So here we are. Just going to use sea glass paste on this background really quick. And I'm gonna have to definitely do 2 coats. This stuff is not very dark, but that's okay. We will get the first one on and then go again. Hi Stace, how are you? Keyword tonight is the word goose. It's all ready to go for you. If you aren't currently getting notifications whenever I go live, you can also comment the keyword to sign up for my broadcast channel and get a message whenever I'm live. Okay? And hopefully that will help with this whole problem that everyone's having of not being able to get notifications. I don't know what's up with Facebook, y'all. It's changing constantly. I have like a little chunk of paste that being a little stubborn right there. So get that on there, and then I'm going to just let that hang out for a minute while we move on. We'll paint the goose white to start. I did pull out some Dune paste because we're going to have to do this twice. So we'll start with Dune, get the outline going so that we know where the pieces are, and then I have a couple of pens I'm going to use to color in the little bits, and then we'll do it again, and I think it'll be really good. So get a light background on there, and then I wanted to do like a brownish color for my frame. Ooh, I think this is going to be perfect. And I've got this marker that's pretty good. It's one of those, what's this brand? Artex from Amazon. I freaking love these pens, y'all. They're the best. They're so good. And it's like coloring with a marker. It's not even like it's a paint pen, which is really neat. So, anywho, I am planning for a trip next week, and it's going to be crazy out there, y'all. So, I do already have a flight booked, but I think I'm going to just go ahead and drive. So, today I booked a car instead, and I'll just cancel my flight and then use the flight credits some other time to go to New Orleans. So, it's not that far of a drive, luckily. We're not in Tennessee, and I don't have to... That's a longer drive for me. That would have been a longer drive. So, luckily, I can... It's like 5 hours, and it'll be fine. So, that's what we'll do. What I will do by myself. Chris is going out of town next week, too, for work, which he's going to Iowa. So, it's like a 19-hour drive or something like that. 15 maybe. And earlier I called him and asked him, are you guys still going? What's going on? And he said, well, let me see how far the drive is. And then he found out it was 15 hours, and he said, absolutely not. I'm not driving. So I don't know what time he's going to have to get to the airport, but probably 3 or 4 hours early, which is totally terrible, you guys. But it is what it is, I guess, right? Luckily, my work is not that far, so I have the option to drive, thank goodness. Because if it was like Indianapolis or something, I wouldn't be going. And I certainly would not be signing up to drive that far by myself. So, anywho, tell me what's going on with you. I am currently planning projects for next week, so trying to get that together today and tomorrow. Have some orders I need to fill and ship, so I'll get those out the door tomorrow during the day, or right after work probably, maybe over lunch. So if you're waiting on something from me, that's where it's at, okay? So don't worry, I have it. I've just been crazy lately. My job is consuming every moment of my day and night, and all of my brain space is like taken up by work, which is kind of sucky, I think. Hey Linz, how are you? Thanks for watching. I'm making a cute little goose. Hopefully the girls are watching with you. And if you are, hi girls, my little favorite nieces and nieces. Don't tell my other nieces that though, okay? It's a secret. So yeah, I'm going to be seeing my nieces and my best friend here in June. And again in August, because I was just thinking the other night, I was on the phone with them and I'm like, I need to book a trip. So I booked that trip in August. And then they had asked me if I wanted to go to the beach in June. And I'm like, I'm good. And then I started thinking and I'm like, you know what? I do want to go to the beach in June. I think I'm going to do that too. So that's the plan, Stan. So really excited. We're going to have matching bathing suits, me and my bestie. Can't wait. Oh, hi, Tomsy. Anyway, so yeah, it's going to be great. And she has 6 kids and they're all crazy. Every last one of them is a nut, you guys. It's a wild time at her house. So it's a little crazy, but now 2 of them are in school, and then the third one's going to be going to school next. So we'll have a quieter day, not I wouldn't say quiet, but quieter once the third one's in school. It'll be a little more relaxed during the daytime, so that'll be nice. All right, I know that took a while to color that, but here we are. We're done. I also have some little sawtooth hangers to go on the back of this, just so that you have the option to hang it. I was going to include an easel for this one, but I forgot to cut it and I didn't have an easel available. So I have a box of sawtooth hangers next to my laser, so I figured why not include that instead. And then you can either use it on this project or you can save it for a different one if you want to. Or you could even put it like on the back of a chalk surface that doesn't have a hanger, or like a Dollar Tree surface, whatever you want to do. You do you, okay? It's easily gluable. And you know what? I left the other piece in there, so that's really good. And I need the other piece in order to put it on here. So I won't be installing it on my live, but just know that I will install it after my live is over. Whenever I acquire the second piece, it's in my crafter. I mean, in my office. All right, and then of course one more nice coat for this little goosey guy or girl. I guess it's a girl. It's wearing a bow, I would assume. All right, there we go. Now get a couple of good coats on there, and then you're ready to do the thing. Okay, so let's get this dry and then we can move on with our day. Oh no, pink eye's the worst. I had that so many times in junior high and high school. So many times, it was terrible. So I hope she gets better fast. Alright. Get this really good and dry with my awesome dryer that dries everything so fast. It's like it was never wet paint to begin with. It's amazing to me. Okay, and then here's what I'm thinking, okay? This goose has a bow on, and it's got polka dots on it. So I was considering putting polka dots on my background, but we'll see. Okay, that's still up in the air. But in the meantime, while we decide on that, we're going to use Dune to start. Okay, let me make sure this isn't dry. Hopefully it's not. No, it's good and creamy. Thank goodness. And here's how this works. Okay, let me roll up my sleeves. We're going to put this down, and I am going to fuzz it. I got to move everything around over here to get things. Okay, fuzz first, always. Okay, most of the time. Rarely do I suggest to not fuzz. Like, if it's an old transfer that you've used 3 million times, maybe fuzzing isn't required, but in general, it is. Okay, I'm not going to wax, though. Okay, I think it's okay. Yeah, they will. It'll probably be a day or two, but she'll start to feel better quick. All right, get that baby on there. Now, we're going to start with Dune so that we can get our outline roughed up, okay? So that we can paint, like, the bow and the little beak part to begin with, okay? Now, I'm going to try and scrape up as much of this extra paste as possible, all right? And then pull that off, and you'll have a light outline. Let me show you. Like that, okay? That way you know where the things go. Now, I'm going to set that over to the side really fast while I pull my dish mat over. We're going to clean this transfer real quick. Hi, Joanne. How are you? Welcome. Excuse me. Get this crusty, dusty board eraser out and get this thing cleaned up, okay? Pretty simple. Now, of course, if I was not on a live, I would be doing this in my kitchen sink, okay? So, I mean, you can do it in your craft room if you want. I'm pretty lazy, so I might have just cleaned it in my craft room just like that, even if y'all weren't watching, okay? But super easy. Dry it off. I'm using the microfiber side of my fuzzing cloth to dry that with, okay? And then let me just set this to the side. And then I'm going to dry this really fast. Make sure it's really, really dry before we move on. It already was, but that's okay. Now I have a blue pen that I'm going to just color in the bow, okay, just inside. And I'm going to go right over the polka dots and everything. Just inside the line, okay? And I know, y'all are probably thinking, that looks crazy, but we're getting there, okay? Oh, and around the neck. Don't forget. Okay, so there's my bow. I know, it looks insane, right? It's hard to imagine it, but just wait. And then I have yellow for the little beak. You could totally use paint too, but I'm not talented enough with a paintbrush to be. These are Artex pens. I can send you a link if you want one. I got them on Amazon. I love those pens, y'all. They're so good. I colored this with it too. And there's a ton in the package. A ton. I have this like little container thing that I bought, and I didn't know what I was going to use it for, and the pens, it works great for them. But they're really good. They're just like markers. They're not like regular paint pens, so they're a lot easier than just regular paint pens to use. Now I'm going to line this up with my lines that I already have on here from the Dune. set that down. And I'm going to, I did pull out my detail tool here, and I'm a little bit, I'm concerned at the top here. Let me just do that one more time just to be sure. It's, in general, pretty easy to line up. Basically, once you get one line lined up, then all of it will, okay? Especially on something like this. On a shirt, it's a little bit harder. I'm not going to steer you wrong there, especially if the shirt was on a sticky pad or whatever first to begin with. It can be kind of scary, okay? But just don't pull it off this, like, you don't need to, if you're going to do a shirt and do layers, just don't heat set it. Just go ahead and do all your layers and then pull it off the thing, and then you can heat set the whole thing together. And I promise you that will save you, because I've had some nightmares with shirts where I screwed up. Now we're going to use sea glass again, and we're going to just go over this bow area, okay? So that we get those nice polka dots. And I'm going to go over the whole thing, including the edge of that bow. Now, if you don't have a detail tool, that's totally fine. You can even take a mini squeegee and cut it in half, just with a regular pair of scissors, and make yourself smaller tools to use so that you don't have to try and use, even a mini squeegee would be kind of big for this, okay? Then I'm going to pull this up. Oh, that's cute. It's already so cute. Okay. Pull that up so that it doesn't dry in the transfer, and then I can move on with the rest of this. Now this is Storm Paste, and I'm going to just get my regular mini squeegee, and I'm going to go over the entire goose on all of that outline that we already have in Dune. On the beak, the eye, everything, okay? And all of the little lines. Just like so. And let me pull this up. My paste is, I don't want it to dry in the transfer, so I'd rather pull it up first and then I can close my jar. Oh, that's cute. It looks so good. It's adorable. Now, you could pick and choose your colors, but I wanted to coordinate, since I use the sea glass on the background, I wanted to kind of coordinate that. Set that over there on my dish towel, or dish mat thing. And then, here's where I'm wondering if I should do it, okay? I was thinking about doing polka dots on the background. Like this, and obviously I've committed now. It's either commit or be committed. The options are endless, right? So now I already took my paint pen and I just went like that a few times over on a plate a few minutes ago. I'm not pressing on the little tip or anything to bring paint out of it, all right? I'm just letting what's there be there. Excuse me, my voice is very scratchy today. Y'all, I sneezed this morning like 6 times in a row, which is so weird for me. I never sneeze multiple times in a row. So I'm hoping I don't have some kind of cold or something. I don't think I do. But over the weekend, my throat was feeling itchy. And this is probably way too much information, but you know me, I'm going to tell you everything and you're maybe going to not like it, but that's fine. We're all friends here, right? So over the weekend, my throat was feeling itchy. And I'm talking itchy where I wanted to itch it with my fingernails. Um, and usually whenever that happens, I know that I'm having like allergies. And I assume obviously because it's the first day of spring was the other day. Oh my gosh, this is going to be too cute. Now that was a different color pen than I used up here, but I was hoping that it would be close enough because neither of these really have a dotting type tool that I could use that I felt confident with. Okay, so that's why I used just a regular, y'all, this is a cheapo chalk marker that I bought on Amazon because it was on sale randomly one day. And it's been a great investment. Okay, this is super cute. Oh my gosh. Oh, I love this. Okay, now here's what we're going to do. We're going to have to go around the whole edge. And instead, I'm not going to put it on the backer because I don't know exactly how far this thing goes on here. So I'm going to just go around the very inside edge of this, okay? With a little bit of stick fast. And I'm going to drop it down on there. And then I can put my goose in place, okay? All right. And there we go. That is pretty cute. Now, I am going to attach my sawtooth hanger. I'm not going to do it here because I did only bring the one piece. I need 2 pieces for it to work. But you could totally use a little easel also, a little miniature easel. This is too cute, y'all. I'm really excited about it. What do you think? Let me know if you love it. I'm even thinking I might want to do a little bit of a rub and buff situation here. So let's see. I have gold gilding wax. And this obviously was a last minute decision I've just made. Like this at this very moment. Okay, I'm just getting a little makeup sponge. And just, I'm going to go around. I'll start with the corners and see how I feel. But you can use this stuff on the entire thing if you wanted to. Okay? And it gives just like a really nice little, like, more of a vintage feel on your frame. Oh. And there's really no right way. Okay, now you can do this with your fingers too. I don't like doing it with my fingers though because it is kind of hard to get off, to wash off of your hands because it's oil based. And then I don't want to get it on my nails and stuff, so I avoid that. But other people I've seen just go right in with their fingers. It's the same thing as rub and buff. So if you have that, you can use that also. But you can, I think we still have this gilding wax in my shop on my website. I'm pretty sure. But it's from Dixie Belle. Okay. And you know, we have like a partnership with Dixie Belle where we can sell some of their stuff, which I wish we would get their paints, y'all. I would be buying those a lot. Using my discount, oh man, it would be probably too much. It's probably a good thing, to be honest with you, because that sounds like danger to me. All right. Then stick that back on there. Make sure it's pressed down really well so it doesn't dry out. And throw it back in the drawer. Anyways, that is my little frame situation. And then I'm going to let this dry because that gilding wax needs a little bit of time to set, okay, before it's fully cured and doesn't just rub off, okay? So you want to make sure that you don't get it everywhere, okay? Hi, Alma. How are you? Anyway, let me know what you think. I hope you love this one. I'll see you all later. Thanks for joining me. I love you. Bye-bye.